Hello. You probably don't know who I am. My name is Trey, and I got 11th place at the Bloomington Regional in Minnesota a few days ago. I was on Mitsurugi, Ryzeal, Fiendsmith. I think it's the best deck at going second right now, aside from like Tenpai, which I don't think is a real deck. But now that I say that, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. So whoops. I I'm just really happy with myself, and I just want to make this for me, but also anyone who's curious as to the mindset of someone who's only been playing for a year and is not even old enough to drink or graduate high school. With that, I do have quite a few shoutouts. Shout out to tabletop tournaments, best locals in Minnesota by far. So many players there just play a lot and are really good at the game. So, like, when I'm going twice a week to there and playing so much, I'm getting so much better in that time, which is really satisfying because I'm an impatient person. And shoutouts to James, Scott, Jesus, Brandon, Luke, Thomas, Justin, Dugas, Preston, and Paul. All of them helped me playtest, acquire cars I need, or theory out. Blanked on the word. And a shout out to my brother as well, just for being my biggest supporter, and also driving me to the hotel that it was being held at. I don't want to dwell too much. I've recorded this like 9 times and I'm getting impatient. So let's just get going. For the Mitsurugi engine, it was really standard. I don't know what more you want me to say because it is just 3 Habakiri, 1 Murakumo, Saji, Kusanagi, Aramasa, Prayers, and Ritual. The only contentious part about this, in my opinion, was Aramasa could be Night Sword Serpent, but I didn't have the card, and I didn't miss the extra body, like, ever. And I really liked being able to play around Bestials by searching the second Habakiri. Now let's just say, in my opinion. 2 Ice, 2 Ext, Sword, Node, Cross, Bonfire. That's about it. This is standard in this kind of build. I would play Star if I was just playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal, but can't do that because that is the last name you would search, and it is the worst name in this build. It's a great card, though. I feel like everyone should be playing that if they are just playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal. I feel like anyone who isn't is completely wrong, without exception. For the Fiendsmith cards, I'm actually kind of low on them. I'm only playing 2 Engraver, a Lacrimal Lurie, and then Tracked in Paradise. If I had a second Tracked, I'd probably bump this and Engraver up to 3 and then play 47 instead of 45, but I just didn't have it. I don't feel too bad about it. I think these were fine ratios. Could have played Sanct and still played the 3rd Engraver, but Sanct is just not good enough going second. It creates no board presence. It Fiend locks you so that it just misses OTKs a lot of the time or damage for later kills. And also, you miss in Paradise and Graveyard, which can matter. For the non-dungeon, I'm playing 3 Ash, 3 Fuelos, Fulia, 2 Bell, 2 Droll. Droll should have been 3. I only played 1 Fulia in the main because drawing too many Mulch Armies was really bad. But I think I should have played the second one in the main instead of the other 2 in the side. Just for like game 1s against Ryzeal, which I expected a lot of, and I was right to expect them because I played 4 of them. But otherwise, they were all good. These were all good. Bells are sleeper this format, in my opinion. I feel like everyone should be playing them. Nib, Bestials, Good cards. Nibiru, just, like, mostly for Malice, but also just for, like, everything else. Bystials for Fiendsmith and the Mitsurugis. And then Holy Trinity, absolute god cards. I am really sorry, Justin, that I wasn't playing Crossout or Talent. I don't even think I was playing Called By. I don't know why I wasn't, to be honest. It was just like a really weird decision because I was net decking at the time. Thank you for putting me on these because God, Calling Sword, and Ice, and Habakiri, and Prayers, and Murakumo, and all the other good cards in the game that are really good is really nice. And also one of Imperm that should have been the third roll. I don't think I saw it once, and if I did, it didn't matter. For the extra deck, Detonator, Duo Drive, Twins, all standard, Imps, also good and standard, Ugaris for deep draws, standard, and Aggregator, which is mandatory because X-Send Aggregator is so powerful. Moonwreck, Caesar Necro, Sequence, Desiree. I didn't play Agnum Day because across 3 weeks I never made Desiree, and I didn't even make it during testing. So I was right not to play Desiree, or Agnum Day. But otherwise, I mean, if you want him, I think you could play him. He's not bad, I just didn't really need him. Because I had 3 flex spots, in my opinion, and they were being filled up by Exciton, SP, and Chaos Angel. Light Dark Chaos Angel just FTKs, whatchamacallit, Fiendsmith, Mitsurugi, Ryzeal. Thank you, Justin, for being my test partner for that interaction, because I didn't know that, and I was really happy to know that this card is really busted. SP is just great. Exciton for going second when people just let you make 4s for no reason. And also it converts into Fiendsmith. I didn't make him, unfortunately. I don't think I had the chance to. I think one card I did miss was Baguska. I think I should have made Baguska, or put Baguska in, but I mean, it's hard to say when you have 15 slots and like 12 of them are mandatory and 3 of them are like, there's like 10 cards it could be. I think these were all great, though. For the side, Lancia, screw Malice. I don't like playing against them. I am happy to just have non-games. Brulia, again, I'm happy to have non-games when it's against my deck, but the other person is playing it. Droll, should have been in the main. I'm really glad I didn't see White Forest, because not having this against White Forest is basically losing unless their hand is terrible, which is likely because that deck sucks. I'm kidding, it's fine. Thrust, should have made Droll in the main and then put the third Thrust in because I didn't see Thrust or my targets. 2 Droplet, it was great the previous weeks. I didn't see it in testing or at the regional though. I'd keep it in though. And then Back Row Hate, and then my 3 traps. I'm not playing Estelle or Featherstorm, obviously. I don't think those are actually good enough, as like dumb as that sounds. And then Purification was great. I'll give an example on why I wasn't playing Featherstorm. So I had this situation come up against Malice a few weeks ago. So say I make Detonator, or say they like go, I go Ice, summon X'd, and then search Sword. I get Drolled, and I have my Thrust in hand, and I have like nothing else. I can go like, oh, Thrust and Featherstorm and make Castell. I turn skip them, but they probably have hand traps, and they probably also still have combo anyways. And then this does like nothing on its own afterwards. Like, sure, I could detach 2 to spin, but then what? Okay, I go Sword. If they have an Imperm, I'm like screwed. I just think in in that situation where you go ice X'd and then search sword with thrust in hand, it's a lot better to go detonator, like even just 2-mat detonator, and then set like one of these two. Similar Archfiends like just wins against Malice. Unlike Sanctum, it can't be ashed. That does matter. It hasn't happened to me, but that does matter. Like, the fact I could ash my auto win, I don't want that to be a reality. I mean, I suppose you could say the same thing for Thrust, but, like, they could have ashed you, and that's what turned on your Thrust. And then Gnomes, great card. This format, I just think something like this is a lot better than Castell Featherstorm. Because that's, like, mainly... I think that's, like, the main reason you'd ever do that, is when you're, like, in a situation where you don't make enough bodies to extend. Or if, like, you do, you're already, like, in the lead. Which, like, sure, you want to solidify that. I think that's, like, fair. It's not bad. I just don't agree with it because it's, like, less... It's less flexible, I suppose. Because, like, okay, for this to, like, auto-win in the most ideal way, you need to already be able to get, like, this, or, like, the guy, or, like, Murakumo. I don't like that very much, compared to this, at least. But, I guess it's a preference thing. I did actually win against, against someone who did Featherstorm me for, like, the literal exact same reason why I didn't want to play Featherstorm. It's because, let me just put these guys back in the order in case I need to make another take. So my hand was Murakumo, or no, it was Habakiri, Prayer's Ritual, and, like, I think 2 hand traps, or, like, 2 cards that were dead just because of Featherstorm. So this was my hand. Someone from deck, the Murakumo. Couldn't field wipe, obviously, because I was under the guy. So then I went battle, swung, set, passed. Like, at the best opportunity, because he extended in a way where he had 5 names on field, and, like, 3 of them were Ryzeal. So I went, okay, tribute, discarded when he had Murakumo. He comes back, I guess he's... And then he just did that. And then he couldn't keep playing. And then, like, okay, top deck, boom, I could start playing again. I would have lost without that. And my cards are spilling because these are new sleeves. I don't want to ramble on too long. I've made so many takes and I've been doing this for like an hour and a half. Thank you. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the future.